first question that comes to my mind is, why would you want to process this?
I think that it's affected my life. It's people pleasing. I've sort of done a lot of therapy over the years, but there's a blockage somewhere beyond which I have been unable to go. And I
Okay.
still don't have a lot of memories, and I'm just hoping this will block
Yeah.
that.
So let me just say the first step is to take something that where we don't have a target and to find the target. And the way so when I say, why would you want to do anything? There's something going on in your present life that's disturbing that you view as related. And so that's going to be an area that we can go to where we're more likely to find an actual event that you can remember that we can work with.
Mhm.
So what you're saying is that you're a people pleaser and you don't like that about yourself. And do you have a memory of being a people pleaser and it's upsetting to think of that memory?
There's been a lifetime of these things. It's not. It's just been the whole way I've sort of conducted my life. I've done a lot to be more conscious, but I
Right, but
think the
what's
many
so
regrets along the ways of where I've done that people pleasing and worried about what's good for others rather than what's good for me.
and what is the problem with being a people pleaser and putting everyone else ahead of you?
My own needs, and I've been unaware of what actually I want for myself. So I've just been denigrating my own.
Okay, so do you have a memory of being unaware of what you need for yourself?
Well, the one that just jumps to my mind would be um, in terms of like an education, where my mother would say, "Oh, yeah, David's definitely, obviously going into the family business," and sort of enrolled me to university to do to study commerce, which I was happy to go along with, but it was never really a thought.
Not
That's
what
an
you
example.
wanted
I
to
think there are
do.
many of those examples, but that's just the one that came into my head as you asked.
Okay, so let's take that example. Um, so it sounds like the example is a memory of your mother ignoring you
Mhm.
and just telling you what she wants to have happen in your life.
Yeah,
And when I say that, do you actually remember that?
I can remember it then. I can remember it happening most times for most of my early decisions. Yeah,
So I may be wrong, but I hear a quiver in your voice when you say that.
yeah,
So you're having some emotion coming up.
yeah. When I think of it, it's very buried, but now that you're sort of prodding it, it's becoming available, and it does.
And it's
Even if
painful,
it doesn't feel painful at this time, it just feels uncomfortable.
hurtful,
I wouldn't even say hurtful, just my
just
whole,
uncomfortable.
yeah.
Wait a second. So you did this.
Mhm.
Is it in your chest that you feel something?
I'd say my stomach, more my
Stomach?
stomach, yeah,
And what do you feel?
like a churning.
Okay, good. And how disturbing is that churning?
But it's increasing as I'm thinking about it because
Yeah,
I'm really been good at bearing these things. So even allowing it to sort of rise now is, I
0
suppose,
to 10.
dangerous, but I'm more aware of it. Yeah.
0 to 10. How disturbing is that churning?
I'd say probably about 7 now.
7.
Yeah.
So just for the benefit of the class, let me say that if you're looking at the practicum worksheet, which is a good idea to do, we aren't there yet. Because the first thing is to get your target. And we don't have a target yet, but we're getting closer to a target. So now we have a series of experiences, all involving your mother, who basically is oblivious to what you want and has her own ideas of what's good for you.
Yeah.
And it's about a 7. You feel this churning in your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have an image that captures that experience?
It's not a particular scene, but I think it's just my mother's
Your mother's
total,
face.
yeah, her face and just her, I don't know, well, just her obliviousness or just not being aware of my needs or just being that self-centeredness that
Yes,
came.
and what image captures her obliviousness?
It's like looking through me. It's like a, it's just not noticing me. It's like just not being seen.
So it's talking at you, and you don't have a sense that you're an important part of that conversation.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Even though I'm presented as the most important, it doesn't feel congruent.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
gaslighting, you know.
Hey,
It's like,
hello.
yeah, but it's
Yeah,
like pretending to speak as if she's that, you know, we're so close and we understand each other. We're actually,
uh-huh.
there's none of that going on for her.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm such a caring parent, and yet I really don't know you.
Mm.
So, um, so the image, it's mostly her looking so kind of through you, so it's her face.
Mhm.
And what is the negative thought that comes to mind about yourself now that comes up when you think of that image of her face?
That I'm not always acceptable.
So I don't like that because it's not a very strong statement.
Okay.
How about I don't matter?
Well, I don't, yeah, that's better.
Okay. So, what would you prefer to believe about yourself when you think of that, her face? Uh, Rather than I don't matter, what would you prefer to think about yourself now?
That I do matter and I'm okay.
Good. I do matter and I'm okay. And how true does that feel on a scale of 1 to 7? 7's completely true, 1 is completely false as you think of the memory of her face.
Thinking of her, memory of her face, I'd say it's about a 2 at best.
2. Yeah. Okay. 2 or less. Good. So, what is the emotion coming up now?
Sadness, it's disappointment, it's anger, frustration.
How strong is the anger?
Anger, if I've got a, I've got a lid on it, I
Yeah.
know it's there.
So it's strong enough that you have to hold a lid on it.
Yeah,
And the whole memory of her looking at you that way and not seeing you, that was a 7 before. How disturbing is it now?
well, you can't see me, but I think keeping a lid on it, my legs are moving, which I wasn't doing earlier. So it's definitely,
So is it higher than a 7 or?
it is. I don't want it to be because I'm very well trained. I'm not getting there, but I'd
Yeah.
say it's higher.
Okay. So like an 8 or 9.
Yeah, I would say 8 or
Yeah.
9.
Good. And
Despite my efforts, despite my efforts to
yeah,
keep
yeah, got it.
it.
And what are you feeling in your body now? Your legs are moving.
Yeah,
And what else? You got that feeling in your stomach still?
yeah. But I'm more aware of the shakiness
The
in my
shaking.
legs moving, and it's a very unique feeling of what my
Yeah.
legs are
So
doing.
it's really kind of needing to control yourself.
Yeah,
So look, have you got a towel there?
I can get one. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I get one. Actually, I happen to have one just by the. It wasn't to do with expecting this, but yeah, I do have one.
Okay, so good. And you want your hands to be close together because it makes it harder to twist. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so favorite wand here. This one has magical qualities. Um, so just follow the wand and twist as hard as you can and just think about that anger and move your eyes all the way. The wand is going to go off the side of the screen, but your eyes should continue off the side of the screen as if they could still see the wand. So the wand is a blur. It's just giving you a direction for your eyes to move, and you just need to do the rest. Twist as hard as you can. That's good. And focus on the anger. And just notice what's coming up. Just notice. That's right. That's good. Blank it out and take a deep breath.
I've just noticed the anger. I couldn't stay in touch, but the sadness, I can feel the tears like in the back of my eyes. I can feel that
Okay. And what about the anger now?
the anger doesn't exist. It's just
Doesn't
sad.
exist. It's the tears. So
Yeah.
just focus on the tears. Blank it out and take a deep breath. And what are you noticing now?
They're sort of subsiding. I mean, I'm sad, but it's sort of dissipating to some extent.
Okay.
It's not like as sort of.
Yeah. So just notice the change.
Yeah.
Blank it out. and take a deep breath.
What I was thinking is, like, I'm sort of proud of what I'm putting myself out and doing this, although I know, like, there's an uncomfortableness of being a center of attention, but still making myself, my own happiness important. That's what I was
Well,
thinking.
and I assume you also feel pleased with yourself for breaking a mold and kind of doing what you don't usually do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, good. So just notice all that. And try to move your eyes as fully as possible to each direction. That's good. And just notice what's coming up. Just notice. Just notice. That's right. That's good. Just notice. That's good. Good. Just notice. Good. And now blanket out and take a deep breath.
Felt to me, as when you were saying go off the screen, as it extended, would like open the taps to my tears a little bit each time. So it sounded like good advice you were giving, that
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
by doing that, that sort of released, because to me the tears are like releasing. So it
Yeah,
feels, although
yeah.
it's
So
feels like a release.
just notice all that. That's good. Just notice. Just notice. Good. Just notice. That's right. Good. Just notice. Just notice. That's right. Good. Good. Just notice. That's right. Good. Keep your eyes moving. That's right. That's good. That's right. Just notice. Just notice. Just notice. That's right. And blanket out. Take a deep breath.
I don't know if you can see the tears.
Yeah.
There's plenty. But I
Yeah.
think it was just realizing that this is the complete, maybe what, what I was trying to describe was lacking, but I'm getting from you. And maybe you being the resource that you're trying not to be, that you actually,
Yeah.
it's just being seen by you in that way, and just your sensitivity and noticing me in a way that I think I was missing from my mom now.
Right. So just think of that. Notice. Just notice. That's good. Blank it out and take a deep breath.
I was just sort of thinking that I'm really pleased that I put myself out here to do this. And
Just stay with that.
but yeah,
Blank it out and take a deep breath.
I think it's just more of the awareness of what it feels like to be seen, or feel that I'm being seen. And that I wasn't crazy to think that I'd missed it. It is
Yes.
special to have that.
So stay with that. Just notice. Just notice. That's right. Just notice. That's right. Just notice. Just notice. That's good. Good. Just notice. Just notice. Just notice. Good. Blank it out. Take a deep breath. And what's coming up now?
It's just more of the same. I sort of, we grew up as boys don't cry, very much sort of matchup thing. And somehow, even though I'm sort of letting my guard down, I'm displaying all my vulnerability, I feel accepted and seen. So it's like it's resolving
Reward.
things. Yeah, but so much more conscious. But I mean, there was like sobbing still going on.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I think it's just realizing how I've sort of kept it in check all this time.
Yeah. So it started out as like an 8 or a 9. How disturbing is it now?
No, it doesn't. I'm able to think of it without getting disturbed. It's like I'm sort of aware of just that I'm sort of seeing and realizing that she was what she was. I loved her for,
Mm-hmm.
like narcissism came from a place that she wasn't responsible, but it
Mm-hmm.
didn't make it easy for me, but it wasn't something that she was aware of even.
Yeah, yeah. So the tears are tears of compassion.
I think for myself and feeling like accepted
Uh-huh.
by myself, maybe.
Yeah. So just stay with all that. Blanket out. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, I think it's that compassion for myself, even having allowed myself to speak negatively about my mother, who
Ah,
strangers, like at a time I would have thought really bad about saying something negative,
uh-huh.
but being okay with that,
So
being able to
you're
show
breaking a lot of rules.
my,
You're not allowed to say negative things about her. You're not allowed to cry.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, just stay with all that. Drink it out and take a deep breath.
I think it's just noticing the self-care that's allowed me to even dream up this stuff, because I mean, it's the time difference here is like different. So even going there in the night, I mean, it took one of those, um, what do you call those jackknives to even be able to penetrate into the feelings in the first place.
Right, right.
So yeah, so to me, it's, I'm sort of like I'm feeling like I've looked after myself by this whole experience.
Great. I'm happy for you.
Me too. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Um, so what about that statement? I I'm okay and um
I matter.
I matter.
It's a seven.
Hmm?
It's a seven.
Seventh. Okay. So
Yeah.
just think about your mother's face, the memory, and those statements. Tell me when you got them both in mind at the same time. Got it? And just follow the wand. Blink it out and take a deep breath. And what are you noticing?
I think I noticed that in a peculiar way, I did matter to my mother in this way, even maybe not the way that I wanted to matter.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't matter
Uh-huh.
however she wanted to see me. But
Well,
that I'm happy that I can present me as I am to myself
yeah, yeah.
in the way that I matter.
Think of all that.
Yeah.
Deeper. Be another thing now.
You couldn't see it, but I was probably just giving myself like a
Comforting yourself.
comforting hug of acceptance.
Yeah.
I just down on my lap, like not a, just like, just I
Yeah.
realized it was just like a way of holding myself. It was acceptance, and the shaking legs have stopped and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're feeling more whole and accepting of yourself.
Yeah.
Just stay with that. Get out and take a deep breath.
Yeah, I think it's just confirming that this whole process of this exercise has really achieved that in terms of it self-acceptance thing. So saying that I do it is not just words, it's really, and I was like, I wouldn't say I wasn't skeptical that it would happen, but I thought it was opportunity that I didn't want to miss, which starts with the self-care, which I'm proud that I took and brought myself forward.
Yeah.
Because I saw an opportunity.
And it involved
And often
taking
I
a
would have
risk.
yeah, and also there's a risk that goes with it. And also, why should you be bothering with me when there's other people that might want to do it too? That's sort of putting myself forward. So I think all of that really feeds into.
It goes with I matter.
Yeah.
Good.
So
close your eyes and scan your body. See if there's any disturbing sensation.
I'm not even, I just feel calm.
Yeah. Good. Well, that's a good result. It was a good session.
Thank you again.
Yeah. Thank you for being willing to share.